the world must go on, and we have limited time. Believe me, 5 days flies like this. It is incredibly fast. If it's fast for me, it's faster for you. And it's such a limited amount of time for us to reach into your hearts, to awaken your minds. It is the single most important thing on this planet, to awaken. Because we spend so much of our life sleepwalking. You know, if one were to take a look back over the last 5 years or 10 years, and I were to say to you, how did the last 10 years go? Do you know how many of you would just say, like that? You don't even recognize it as gone, like that. When you say that, do you recognize what you are saying? You are saying nothing has changed. You are saying you haven't changed. For those of us who live our lives to the fullest, where every day is a gift. Every day is a gift from the Lord. It's something very beautiful I learned when I went to the Middle East for the first time. And I ended up, in Dubai. And we were having meetings and things like that. So this gentleman, basically we took a break for a little while in between meetings. And we said, we'll be back in a few minutes, intizar. And they said, Inshallah. I said, 5 minutes, yaar. Why do you want to disturb him for 5 minutes? It's only 5 minutes. I'm sure I'll be back in 5 minutes. See, that is the level of arrogance of human beings. Even 5 minutes is not yours. It is not yours. Accidents happen in 5 minutes. Lives are lost in 5 minutes. All right? All it takes is a little trip, a little slip, and it's over. Yesterday, when I was up here talking on stage to all of you, a very close friend of mine, a classmate, who I've known for almost my entire life, since I was, maybe 7, 8 years old. He had come down here to Malaysia because his sister had passed away. So he came to make the arrangements, and he came here to, essentially do the funeral and all of this. I could not go to attend the funeral because I knew the sister. He came down with his wife from the States. And this is, I'm sharing with you, an absolutely real happening. Because I need to instill in you a sense of urgency. As I left the arena last night, after leaving all of you and going back, I got this message from another friend. And I have friends here from my secondary school, but these are primary school friends, going back even longer. So another one messaged me saying that there was a bad accident. My friend was driving. His wife was next to him. Another sister who had come down from the States to attend to the funeral was with him and her daughter. He lost his wife and his sister in one night. He's right now in a hospital. He can't talk to me. I tried to reach out to him. A little town called Kuantan, about 2.5 hours from here. And he just messaged me. He's still in shock. Are you with me? He came to attend somebody's funeral and ended up having to arrange funerals for his sister and wife. And he is himself sitting there with fractured ribs and a ruptured spleen in hospital. And it happened in 5 minutes. I mean, that shook me up last night. But can it happen to any single one of us? Can it happen to you? I'm not saying I want it to happen to you. I'm saying, can it happen? So, there's a very old English saying, man proposes, God disposes. Bye-bye, you can work for anything, but when it's time to go, chal rega, you go. But what you can do is what you have today, this moment, this second. You see, I love this concept of inshallah that I picked up in Dubai. There is for everything. Go to bathroom and come back, inshallah. Shall I see you again later? Inshallah. But they are doing it because it has become habit. They are doing it because it's practice. They are doing it because it's part of their, culture, so to speak. But there is so much depth, so much understanding that needs to go into this concept. Inshallah simply means live in the now. Even 1 second later is not yours. It simply means do it now. It simply means tomorrow never comes. We don't think when we say it. But if we practice it instead of just saying it, if you live it, it becomes the single most powerful philosophy. Because I'll tell you, this world is made up of two types of people. We said yesterday, lion and sheep. The lion, they are hardly 1% of the population. 7 billion people on this planet today, less than 1%. If you were to push it, maybe 2%. They are the lions. They do everything that we follow. They write the music we listen to. They write the books we read. They make the movies we watch. They become the politicians, the leaders, the generals, the musicians, the artists. They draw the lines in the sand that says this country is A and that country is B. They rewrite history. So much so we never know what is right or wrong because it is the vanquished that are lost and the victors that become authors. So history is written in the blood of the vanquished, the pen of the authors, the pen of the victors. Are you with me? So even history we cannot trust, but they are the ones by which we live our lives. What differentiates them from us? So this is something that I find fascinating. I really wanted to understand this, so much so that I went around the world addressing forums. And I ended up at something called the World Economic Forum, where the single most powerful people on the planet, be they musicians, artists, poets, generals, ministers, prime ministers, presidents, they come. They attend there in a little town called Davos in Switzerland. And I have been going there for the last 10 years. So much so that they have made me on the board of advisors to the World Economic Forum. Not that anyone there wants to listen to anyone's advice, but just in case. But what's fascinating is the way they think. That is what you have to take home. That is invaluable. That is above all price. They live in the now. They have a sense of urgency that drives them from the time they are up in the morning till night. They don't need this. They are not driven by this. They are driven by the next meeting and the next and the next and the next. And they're driven by their own ideas. They can't sleep at night because of the ideas that are coming through their head. You are dying to sleep. Most of you out here, one of your biggest problem is I don't have enough time to sleep, you know. For them, sleep only gets in the way. Doesn't need sleep anymore, but in those days, I would say to Batman, sleep only gets in the way. I almost made that the title of my first book. But what makes them that different? What drives them? Why do they have a sense of urgency that most of us don't have? Because if you understood that, you would begin to understand the meaning of success. Are you with me? They don't chase money. I've never met a truly successful man who chases money. That's the topic of all your conversation. Henna? Is that not true? You think the whole world talks about money? Yes, they do. The 99% of sheep. These guys, they talk about ideas. They chase success. And when they chase success, money chases them. Are you with me? When you chase money, you become its slave. But when money chases you, it's a whole different proposition. Are you with me? I'm not saying money is not important. Please don't get me wrong. Money is bloody important. Money is seriously important. However, learning to understand it is a whole different ballpark. If you think about something, if money could be something you could study in school, then these people who are PhDs in finance, right? Double PhD in international finance and monetary affairs, these people should be filthy rich, right? Professor of finance, double professor of finance, head of the school of finance, dean of finance, right? They should be super intelligent, Hena? No. They are still taking a bus to work. They are going to lecture. They can teach the subject, but they don't know a thing about making money. In fact, the 10 richest men on the planet, 8 of them never finished high school. So what's that say? It says a lot. Whether it was Bill Gates or Steve Jobs in his time, a whole bunch of people, regardless of which, didn't have time to finish college. So the answer doesn't really, sit in a college somewhere. You cannot go and study this subject. Are you with me? It's like studying to be a champion. You can't study to be a champion. Either you are one or you're not. Do you get my point? You can go pick up a manual on football, or since you guys are You guys are more interested in another sport, right? Cricket. You see? You can sit down and study many manuals on cricket. There are so many books on cricket, true or not? You can study till the cows come home. It doesn't make you a better player. What makes you a better player is playing, falling, playing, falling. That's the part. What makes you a great player? That is a sense of urgency. Are you with me? People, yesterday we talked about the fact that people are crazy. Angry, crazy, hungry. Angry, crazy, hungry. There's one more at the back there that kills it all. Those who are lazy. Laziness is an insult. Laziness is an insult to him. Because you have this precious gift. Are you with me? Such a precious gift of life. And you're saying, no problem, I'll do it tomorrow. You're basically insulting him every time you do that. Then you wonder why your life goes wrong. There is only now. I have wondered for years about what drives these people. It's not just in the field of business or, sports or being a champion somewhere or being a tycoon somewhere. Any level of success requires you to be crazy. You have to be crazy, I'm telling you that. And every single one of them, be it Elon Musk or Jack Ma, right? Whether you are Ambani or Adani, it matters not. At some point in your life, people laughed at you. Are you with me? They told you it cannot be done. They told me it cannot be done. They told me it cannot be done. When we started this company, the first thing that happened is that our competitors were telling us how soon we will fail. Are you with me? Even within that short span of a year, Batman had job offers coming out of his ears. People coming and telling him, Chief, this company is going to fail soon. We will pay you more. Come here. 24 years and he's still here. Because he came to me and he said, these people are offering me more money and this and that. I said, Padman, Chief, that time he was not chief yet. So I said, Padman, if somebody is offering you this, it's a sure thing you are on the right path. So I've seen these people, in these inner cities, when I go around the States and Europe and so on, skateboarding, right? Roller skating, this, that, and the other. And I used to say that they are crazy. I used to say these people who jumped off buildings, who took risks, who did amazing things, not for money. You are sitting here saying, I will do anything, I will work hard, I will break bones, teach me how, I want to make money. True? Huh, Sachena? You are saying, I will do this, right? But these people, they are doing it just for the heck of it. So I used to go around saying, these are stupid people, right? Because they break bones, they die. Many of them die. And I wonder, what the heck? Why would you do this? For nothing. Not even sometimes for 2 minutes of recognition that nobody knows. Are you with me? Today I say, these people who I used to think are mad. I say they are awesome. So you should be asking questions. How stupid they are? Or are they seeing life in a different way? That they are willing to do things that you dare not do. Samjhe na? Are you with me? If you are capable of fooling your mind, redirecting your mind into achieving something, there is nothing you cannot achieve. You see, here's the thing. You can find the most brilliant minds on this planet. And if we cut them open, eventually they all die, no? I'm not saying do it while they are alive. Not when they are alive, but when they die, and we take the brain out, and we were to measure it against one of your brains, weight for weight, there is no difference. So it cannot be the size of the brain. It's simply its usage. There's a theory that Einstein, one of the most brilliant minds that ever lived, used about 5% of his brain. Some people say even less. Hare Baba, if he's using 5%, what are you using? Leads to the next question. If Einstein is only capable of 5%, then there is a massive flaw in the master plan because 95% lies here unused in our lifetime. Which means you don't have to go outside of this to find the answers or solutions you're looking for. In here lies the most remarkable. Everything that you see here, the technology, the building, the construction, every technology that you experience, the planes that you flew when you came here, all came from here, somebody's mind. Are you with me? And the rate of growth and expansion on this planet is unbelievable. When we started this company, and I'm just saying, this was 24 years ago, Japa used to have a cell phone that was little bigger, heavier than he was. So, the cell phone will pull him down this way when he walks. That's the size. It's like a brick. You take out the cell phone, you open it, I think it's Motorola or something, yeah? Yeah, you open it, then you pull the arrow out, and then you have to point it in order to have a conversation. Cell phone on one side, pager on the other side. You know what a pager is? That's how we started. The technology today has changed tremendously. One of our biggest challenges was phone bills in the first 5 years. Today it's literally down to zero. You WhatsApp each other, you FaceTime each other, right? The other day, I was in England and I was having a conversation with someone, basically dropped off someone to start school in university. And while I'm having a conversation with her, talking about university, this, that, suddenly I heard somebody talking. I said, who's that? He's got a friend there on FaceTime. Throughout the entire conversation, he's sitting and listening. That's how they talk to each other. No cost involved. Life has changed, has it not? It changed while we were building this company. It changed as you were growing up. And it's still changing at a tremendous pace. But is this being used? Is this being tested? Is this, because as he made a big mistake, he's given you a Ferrari. This is an incredible machine. Are you with me? He has given you a Ferrari, and what have you done to the Ferrari? You have taken two bulls, put in front of the Ferrari, then pull a rope to the Ferrari, then you sit on the Ferrari, and the Ferrari now becomes a bullock cart. That's how you're using it. Why, what are you laughing about? You're laughing at yourself. You have a Ferrari here. You're using it like a bullock cart. So you need to ask yourself, if I have this, why can I not do better? Now, you don't need to do tremendously better. Nobody's asking you to be Einstein. Nobody needs you to be Einstein. But if you're willing to improve just 1%, 1% better today than you were yesterday. Are you with me? 1%, that's all. In any field, you got better 1% today than you were yesterday. And if you take that and you actually do the mathematics, that 1% adds up 3,700% in a year. That means you improve 37 times as a person. If you could only apply 1%. If you could just change your life by 1% every day, if you could break down and say, tomorrow I'm doing this better, tomorrow I'm learning 2 new words, tomorrow I'm going to do something different, and push for that 1% every day, your growth is phenomenal. The point, though, is we're not doing it. You have no one to blame for where you are sitting right now. When I talk to many of you and say, what happened, Baba? You know, what happened to your life? Do you have friends who are doctors? Do you have friends who are professors? Do you have friends who are engineers? Who are friends who are famous? Yes, I do. Very proud. My classmate is so and so. Are you with me? What happened? What happened? The difference is simply in that implementation, in that practice, in understanding. Are you with me? Magically, one of the most powerful businesses in the world. I have believed in this for the last 25 years, simply because there is nothing else that makes us reach out and help mankind. The only way you can work is by serving, by raising others, by pushing them, by making them better, smarter. Are you with me? As they get better, you get better. And that's a powerful, powerful, powerful way to live your life. That's the real bank account of your life. Money comes, money goes. The wealth that you accumulate here, that remains. Your life is about that process. Are you with me?